Hello, chess family. It's me, National Master Jesse James, and it's time for another installment of How to Play the Fried Liver. Right in this one, we're going to be going over another variation, which is the Knight C to E7 variation. Don't know what I'm talking about? Don't worry, you will soon. Let's go ahead and take a look. We started with E4, E5, Knight F3, Knight C6, Bishop C4, the Italian, where the fried liver attack starts. Knight F6, the two knights defense, and here we go. We're going to be starting it off with Knight to G5. Now this is where the fried liver can happen. Remember, it's not a fried liver unless you're allowed to play Knight takes on F7. And here there's only one way, or one good way for Black to defend. He plays pawn to D5 here. E takes on D5. And well, Knight takes on D5, allowing us to play the fried liver. Many other variations we're going to take a look at is like the Palerio variation where they go Knight to A5. But here, we'll take a look at the idea of Knight takes on D5. And well, here we go. Sack to attack. Knight takes on F7. If you don't take back, you are just losing. So King takes on F7. And here, well, what do you play here for the double attack? Hopefully it's a simple move for you. Here we're going to be playing Queen to F3 check, attacking both the King and the Knight here on D5, and here Black has only one move to stay into the game, King to E6. And well, the King is up here in the center, and this is where a lot of the variations can be played. And well, we're going to go and continue with our main move here. Let's develop with the threat. Knight over to C3, and this is where Black can start choosing different variations. Now, there's a move here with Knight to B4, which I'll be going over another game with, which is the idea of playing Knight takes on C2 check, and also defends the knight on D5. Well, this is what I was talking about earlier, Knight C to E7. Here, a safer way to play this is playing Knight C over to E7 to defend on D5. The other good idea with this Knight going to C E7 to defend the knight is, well, this other one is actually pretty much refuted because, well, with the attack on C2, even if you do win, well, your knight's going to be out of play and you waste the time trying to win material. And, well, your king just gets attacked. In this one, the knight comes backwards and allows you to play the idea of pawn c6 to defend the knight on d5. So everything should look hunky-dory or look pretty good here. Here, there's two main moves here that white can play to get a good position. Feel free to push pause and see if you can find one of the two good moves. Or if you're a good chess player, you can find both moves. Alright, hopefully you push pause and try to figure it out. Here, there are two moves you can play here. First, the main line we're going to take a look at is castles, and I won't say the second move just yet because, well, although it is a good move, you can still play it later on. So castles, I hope you got that one correctly. Let's just go ahead and get our king safe and bring the rook into the game as soon as possible. Black continuing with pawn c6. Just like I said earlier, the pawn move here is just to defend the knight on d5, and, well, you're just up an extra piece. Why wouldn't you just be winning here? And here, white does miss the strongest move here. Mind you, the move they played is okay. This move is just going to be a nice theoretical move for you to remember. So if you are playing this fried liver attack, remember to play this move. Open up the king and sack to attack. What do you play here? Just like in the previous move, you can play it. Here you can play pawn to d4, opening up this king. And, well, it looks like this is just a free pawn. It is not. Remember, if your opponent's king's in the center, you need open files and diagonals to attack it. And, well, in the game, white went ahead and played rook to e1, as we'll see in a moment. But here, you can definitely get away with this pawn to d4. And if they accept, well, they're going to be accepting a loss here. Of course, anything else moving the king around is just going to say, you know what, we'll take here on e5 and have a good game. But what happens if they do take? Here, e takes on d4. Now we get all the good checks. It's now a +5 position. We move forward with rook to e1 check, king to d7. Bishop takes on d5, and, well, the computer's saying knight to g6 here as the top move, saying things have definitely gone bad. So here we could take a look at something like, well, pawn takes on c3 here, and here bishop to e6 check, king over to c7, bishop to f4 check, king over to b6, and, well, rook over to d1. And here I think it's pretty clear to see who's in charge in this position. With that being said, in the game after this move of c6, rook e1 was played here, and here black played bishop d7, allowing a very strong attack. What do you play? Well, hopefully you're paying attention. What's good in one variation is good in another. Here we get to play again pawn to d4, and this king is just being opened up and it cannot escape the attack. Here black went ahead and played king to d6 here, and, well, I challenge you to play. What do you play in this position right here? Here, there was lots of moves that you could choose to play here. With that being said, I like the way that white played this. They went ahead and played rook takes on e5. I definitely hear someone say, hey, I played pawn takes on e5 check, which is still a very good move. Just be careful. You actually did kind of close your rook in this file. You opened up the d file, but the d file is actually pretty close. It's the e file we can use to attack, as you will see in the main game. And so the king will have some space to run to. King over to c7, e6, bishop to e8, and here bishop to g5. And again, white is just in a very pleasant position here, but as we'll see in the main game, they can be in much more. So after the pawn moved to d4, king to d6 here, well, rook takes on e5 was played. A very nice move, putting pressure on the knight over here, and again, leaving the e file opened up for the attack. Black went ahead and continued here with knight to g6, and now there was a stunning refutation in this position. If you want to go ahead and push pause again, what do you play? That's one of the fun things about this opening. If you are an attacking player, you will love this, as there's so many fun lines to play. Here you can get to go ahead and play knight takes on d5 here. And well, black went ahead and said, I don't believe you, and played knight takes on e5. And now, well, there was a forced checkmate in 5 here. Fortunately for white, they did not find it. They did find the checkmate. It's just going to take a few more moves. But if you are curious, the forced mate in 5 here was d takes on e5, king takes on e5, queen f4 check, king e7, knight to e3 check, king e7, and now we can end very nicely here. Queen e5 check, bishop e6, queen takes on e6 for checkmate. Again, this was not played in the game, but would have been very beautiful. Here, after knight takes on d5, knight takes on e5, the game was still won, just not as fast. Here, after pawn takes on e5 check, king to c5. Here, again, there was a checkmate and 2 missed, but we'll just go ahead and enjoy the game. Queen over to a3 check, king takes on c4, and well, can you see the checkmate in 1-2 moves here? Our last question for you of this game. Alright, hopefully you push pause and try to figure it out. White to move and checkmate in 2. What do? Here we go and play queen to d3 check, king over to c5, and well, I like this move. There's 2 different checkmates in 1 here, but hopefully you choose the classiest of the class. What I mean by that, remember, pawns don't get the checkmate too often, so here b4 checkmate was very nice. Of course, you can also play bishop to e3 for checkmate, but hey, why not class it up? Let the pawns get some work in, as they don't get to do as much, right? Alright guys, hope you enjoyed this. Please go ahead and give us a like and subscribe, and well, we'll see you in the next video.